Hey, what's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? John Canale back at you. I just want to show you my little area. This is where I come when I want to go take a walk in the woods, a little hike. We got a fireplace there, and we got this whole hillside. Like if you walk up that trail up there, and you get to the mountain, like that peak of the hill, there's trails that lead you everywhere, and this is the area where I was talking about. It's like impossible to get lost. Every trail leads you back to the road, so it's like awesome. So you don't have to worry about being lost. And then whenever you want to, come start a fire or whatever and get some tea, like we're doing here, it's really easy. It's really easy to start a fire and boil some water. Yeah, it's like a stone cooking area. I don't know, I guess it's a charcoal grill type thing, but you don't use charcoal. But it's a big area to cook. Then you got the fireplace there if you wanted to sit and have a fire on the outside. So it's like a really cool place for us to come hang out in the city, and it makes you feel like you're away from the city. And I just want to do this video. I have a whole bag full of stuff over here and a whole bunch of moths I want to show you, but it's kind of hard to get it all into one video, and we might edit it, I don't know. But for now, I just want to show you these couple of knives while I'm out here. This is the Mora Classic 2/0, and it's got a 3-inch blade with a 3.5-inch handle, and it's very, very, very good for carving. The sheath is a lot fancier than the other Moras. It has a design all the way down it. I found a piece of paper rope. My daughter asked me to open one of her toys, and it had paper rope inside of it, so I put that on there, and it's pretty cool. And this is my Mora Classic number 1, and as you can see, the Mora Classic number 1 trumps this 2/0. So if you're looking for a fine cutter for like $14, I would go with the 2.0, 2/0. And if you're looking for something like a little bit bigger, Mora Classic number 1 is the way to go. But I love this 2/0, Mora 2/0. Like I've seen a couple of videos and people are like, oh, you forget about your knife when it's on your neck. I'm like, how do you do that? You can't forget your knife's there. What kind of goofball forgets their knife's there? Well, this goofball did the other day. I'm looking for a knife, and I'm like, where the heck did I put that knife? And I'm looking all around, and here, it was on my neck still. So it can happen if the knife's light enough and small enough like that one is. This is the Mora in the wood carving line, the 164. It's a laminated steel blade, and the lady on Amazon, eBay, sold it to me as a Mora Classic number 1. And I wore it around my neck thinking I was Cody Lundin for the longest time, thinking I had a Mora Classic number 1, until I, started seeing real Mora Classic number 1s more often, and I'm like, well, maybe since it's vintage, it has KJ, it's like one of the older ones. I'm like, well, maybe it got sharpened a lot. No, after comparison, it's definitely a 164. It is still a nice knife, and they're relatively expensive. They're like 24 bucks anywhere you go. Now, I must say the laminated steel is a lot better than the carbon steel. You have to worry about it less, and it keeps a better edge, and it keeps its edge longer. I wouldn't have paid $24 for it, but I paid $8 for it on eBay. The lady sold it to me for $8, shipped to my house. So I don't regret buying it, and if I would have to, I would probably buy another one. I just like it so much for delicate carving. The Mora Classic number 1 is just what it is. It's a classic. Everybody loves them, and you can see the difference between it. It's a great all-around knife. If you're looking for something that does a lot, Mora Classic number 1 really does a lot more than these. You can split a little bit of wood, light batoning, which these you probably couldn't. They're too short and a lot thinner, and it's not made for that. Now this one I just sprang out just to show you. This is my Blind Horse Bush Baby. They're a little bit more expensive, well, a lot more expensive than a Mora, but I think it's worth it. I'm not, by all means, I'm not like into expensive knives just to get expensive knives, but this one really, really, really does do what it's supposed to do. It's great at carving, getting in there for notches, just a great little companion. It is heavier, however, it's heavier, a lot heavier than any of these Moras. So for a neck knife, you do know it's there. You will never forget that it's there. It actually starts, you know, cramping up your neck after a while. So that's one thing you have to take into consideration when you're looking for a neck knife, is definitely the weight. But for what it is, I love this knife. I put a little cross with a piece of flint off of magnesium steel. I drilled a hole and put a flint in there so I can wear a cross on my knife at all times. Here we have another great Mora, and this is the Mora Companion, heavy duty MG military green carbon steel. I did have two stainless steel ones. I gave one away and traded one to Jayhawk USMC here on YouTube, and so I opted to go with carbon steel this time. I should have just stuck with stainless steel. Stainless steel is less maintenance, and you can use it for food prep and whatnot. And these knives are just awesome. The 12C27 stainless is just as good as the carbon steel in my eyes. And you know, like I said, you don't have to worry about rust or anything like that. The mods I did to this is put a Ranger bands around it with some OD paracord 7-strand with a piece of elastic string out of the army jacket, the bottom where the army jacket ties and tightens up at the bottom. I took the string out and I put it around here just to have some elastic cord, and I put a sharpener. It's a Norton Fisherman Stone sharpener, and it got like a little groove for your fish hooks and stuff, but it works great just to have something there to touch your knife up while you're out in the field, and it's always with you. And it's orange. As you can see, I got an orange ferrocerium rod on the back here, and if I'd ever dropped this knife, I got Lost Orange, that's what it's called, Lost Orange paracord on it. If I ever drop this knife, I don't have to worry about losing it. And people say that the retention starts going in these knives in the sheath after a while. So I got an orange scrunchie that I took from my fiance. Don't tell her, but she had one laying around, and so I just put it on here just in case it ever happens to me while I'm out in the field. I can just put it over there and keep going. No problems, no harm done. That's it for my Moras and my neck knives. I do have one more Mora to show you, and it's the Mora 511 that I showed in the video last night. And this is a great way to start getting into bushcrafting. If you want to start getting into bushcrafting, I would go with this knife. It's more, they do have a blue handle one, it's stainless steel, but the 511, I opted to get carbon steel in this one also. One problem you'll have is the sheath. There is no retention in the sheath out the door. But I did, however, come up with a solution. A piece of leather, got 2 holes, Chicago screws, and backstitched with some artificial sinew, and now you have a great bushcraft sheath with a great bushcraft knife and a guard, so you don't have to worry about your hand slipping up. This is all my other stuff and my other mods I did to some of these knives. We got the BK2, we got the Ontario Blackbird SK5, we got the Enzo Camper. I put the handle on myself, and I ordered, they didn't have no curly birch at the time, and so I just went with what they had. They had one more left, and I'm impatient, so I had to get the green Linda micarta. And I didn't like the fact that y'all would have red and green, like Christmas colors, on my knife. So I ordered some orange G10 liners off of eBay for $10, shipped to your door, and I put those in there also. Now you can't tell that it's red. You see the orange more, and it looks like a fiery orange. So it's pretty cool. I will do a video. Here goes my ceramic rod for my bag, my pouch here. I was telling these guys that I would show it, and look at how cool that grain is on that. It did get thin right there, and it poked through, but it has natural holes in it. While I was sanding it down, it ended up getting a hole right there. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep this piece of wood on there or get a new one. I have a couple more pieces left, so I might just redo it. But I wanted to show you guys, my progress so far on it, and it looks pretty cool. And once I put some tung oil on it, it'll look the same as that. I was gonna do, the contents of these bags and show you what I carry, but it's kind of cold, and I don't want the video to go too long. So it's either I'm gonna edit this and add what's in the bag to it, or just do another video at home with what's in this bag. So with that said, everybody take care, get out in the woods, have fun, and let's get back to One Nation Under God.